Welcome back, everyone, to another deep dive. Today, we're zeroing in on something pretty specific in standardized tests. IELTS reading flowchart completion. Our mission, like always, to pull out the absolute key stuff from our source bits from an IELTS reading flowchart completion guide and, give you that aha moment without drowning you in info. And what's really interesting is you might think these flowcharts are super complex, but our guide actually says something surprising. It calls this task exactly the same as another common one, just, well, visually different.
That's absolutely right. It really boils down to getting your head around the visual format, how the steps are shown in those connected boxes. And then it's about applying a very systematic procedure to fill in those gaps. Your core reading skills, understanding the text and spotting details, those are still absolutely central here.
Okay, so if it's so similar, what's the actual method? Our guide gives this clear five-step process. Let's unpack step one. It's actually kind of counterintuitive, isn't it?
It really is, yeah. The very first thing you do, it's not even looking at the chart itself. No, it's carefully reading the main text that the chart is based on. And this is crucial understanding the specific instructions, especially the word limit for each blank space. Our source mentions it's usually between 1 and 3 words. Knowing that limit right at the start, it really helps focus your search.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. Nail down the rules first. Then, step two, then you look at the flowchart notes themselves. The guide says skim them, which sounds about right. They're usually short. But here's the strategic bit. You're not just reading. You're highlighting keywords, apparently, and trying to guess
Yeah.
what, like the type of word needed.
Exactly. Predicting the part of speech. Is it likely a noun you're looking for? A verb? Maybe an adjective? That prediction sort of guides your scan of the main text later.
Ah, I see.
Which leads right into step 3. You target that first blank in the chart and then find where it's discussed in the passage. And this is vital because, as the guide points out, synonymous language and paraphrasing will be used throughout. So you're not hunting for the exact same words, it's more like finding the same meaning, just dressed up differently.
Okay, so it's like code breaking almost. Finding the matching idea, not the matching words. And once you think you've found it, you don't just write it down. Step 4 is about checking.
Rigorous double checking, yes. That's step 4. The procedure is explicit. Confirm the grammar works. Does the word you found fit the part of speech you predicted? And of course, double check it against the required word count. That attention to detail, that's really key.
Yeah, that sounds like where mistakes could easily happen.
Definitely. It's a critical validation step. And then finally, step 5. Once you've confirmed that first answer, you just repeat the whole process for the next blank. And what's really helpful, the guide stresses this, the answers will always follow the sequence in the text. That sequential nature makes your search super efficient. Find answer 1, then just keep reading downwards in the text for answer 2, and so on. It's like following a clear path.
Okay, so wrapping this up then, what's the big takeaway for you listening? We've basically learned that getting flowcharts right isn't some dark art. It's about applying a clear step-by-step method. You got to focus on the main text first, then the chart notes. Always be on the lookout for those paraphrased ideas and keep a hawk's eye on that word limit.
Exactly. And if we zoom out a bit, connect this to the bigger picture, it really shows how structured approaches can make complex tasks feel, manageable. Just knowing the answers are in order in the text, knowing the language will be switched up a bit, it turns something that looks tricky into a predictable process. Which kind of leaves us with a question for you to think about. How could applying this sort of systematic way of breaking down information like we did with flowcharts maybe help you handle other kinds of information overload in your own life, something to maybe mull over until our next deep dive?